Over the last 2 days, Trump has sharply escalated his rhetoric towards Iran, warning of devastating military action if Iran does not meet his demands in the Middle East. On his Truth Social account, Trump said this morning, "A whole civilization will die tonight, never to be brought back again. I don't want that to happen, but it probably will. However, now that we have complete," I don't know why he capitalized the C there, "complete and total regime change," that's also capitalized like it's a brand. What's going on here? Where different, smarter, and less radicalized minds prevail, maybe something revolutionarily wonderful can happen. Who knows? We will find out tonight. One of the most important moments in the long, complex history of the world. 47 years of extortion, corruption, and death will finally end. God bless the great people of Iran. So threatens them in one hand and then says, God bless them on the other. But that God bless was different than what he wrote a couple of days ago on Easter Sunday when I sent this post to the BroTalk chat when he wrote, "Tuesday will be power plant day," Tuesday being today, "bridge day, all wrapped up in one in Iran. Nothing will be like it. Open the effing straight, you crazy bastards, or you'll be living in hell. Just watch. Praise be to Allah." President Donald J. Trump. So praising another God there, I guess the local God for Iran. What makes this even more striking is that while this crisis was escalating, Trump was also making comments that pulled the story in a completely different direction. Take a listen to this, because while the White House was dealing with Iran, Trump was also talking about possibly running for the president of another country.
Of years. Now with Venezuela, and we, just so you understand, the people of Venezuela, they say if I ran for president of Venezuela, I'm polling higher than anybody has ever polled in Venezuela. So after I'm finished with this, I can go to Venezuela. I will quickly learn Spanish. It won't take too long. I'm good at language. And I will go to Venezuela. I'm going to run for president. But we're very happy with the president-elect that we have right now.
So that's his plans. And if that wasn't crazy enough, this photo, an AI rendering, has since gone viral of what Trump might look like as Venezuelan president. And then there was the Easter egg hunt at the White House. Trump told kids, at this event that he'd sign autographs and they can sell it for about $25,000, and that Kamala was a low IQ person, and that Biden used Autopin. Yeah, said this to kids.
And I don't think it gets much more hostile than Iran. They're capable fighters. They're very tough people. And there are others like that. You don't mind when the enemy is weak, but that enemy is strong. Not so strong like they were about a month ago, I can tell you. In fact, right now, they're not too strong at all, in my opinion, but we're soon going to find out, aren't we? How did I do with the voters that do eggs? Awesome. Would you say 100% or 99%? 100%. Did anybody in the egg industry vote for Kamala? A low IQ person. She's a low IQ person. Who's a lower IQ person, Biden or Kamala? It's close. That's probably the toughest question. That's a tough question. I could sign autographs. And then tonight you can sell them for $25,000. Sign mine. Sign mine. I'll sign. Biden would use the Autopin. He'd have an Autopin follower. Joe Biden. He didn't sign. He was incapable of signing. So they'd follow him around with this big machine. You know what it was called? An Autopin. And he'd have the Autopin signed for him. He'd take the paper, hand it to his guys, sign it with an Autopin, give it back. It's not too good, right? Yeah.
Who is that? Who is that? Is that? I don't know.
He's a movie star. He came in from Hollywood. You know what he
This is Thank you so much. Oh my God.
Telling people that the first lady's a movie star from Hollywood who's come there to be with them. What? Talking to kids about the Autopin. Like, why would kids care about that? What are you doing? The Easter Bunny standing next to him on his right side as he talks about bombing people to smithereens in Iran. He also fired Attorney General Pam Bondi for not being effective enough to his agenda. and is rumored to be removing Tulsi Gabbard and Stooge number one, Howard Lutnick, God, I hate that guy, from his administration. And then, of course, today, after all those threats, right at the last minute, he announces a 2-week ceasefire, saying, based on conversations with the prime minister, and subject to the Islamic Republic of Iran agreeing to the complete, immediate, and safe opening of the Strait of Hormuz, I agree to suspend the bombing and attack of Iran for a period of 2 weeks. This will be a double-sided ceasefire. The reason for doing so is that we already met and exceeded all military objectives and are very far along with a definitive agreement concerning long-term peace with Iran and peace in the Middle East. We received a 10-point proposal from Iran and believe it's a workable basis on which to negotiate. Iran says that it has forced on their end the U.S. to accept this 10-point plan, which includes a commitment to non-aggression, Iran's control over the strait, acceptance of Iran's uranium enrichment, lifting of all primary sanctions, lifting of all secondary sanctions, termination of all UN Security Council resolutions, termination of all Board of Governors resolutions, paying compensation to Iran, withdrawal of U.S. combat forces from the region, and cessation on war on all fronts, including in Lebanon. So it seems like Iran got what they wanted. I mean, sounds like a lot of stuff in Iran's favor just to open that strait that was, I'll remind you, open when the war started. They closed it because Trump was tripping. And, you know, he gets back, I guess, to square one with the strait being open with this agreement. The issue is not that, you know, Trump is doing all these extreme actions, is that some are extreme, some are silly, some just seem like he's completely out of his mind. So do you think that all of this is strategic chaos, or is it cognitive decline that we're witnessing in real time? Dex, what you think?
Oh, I don't.
He's talking to kids about the Biden Autopin on Easter. What are we doing?
Well, I mean, the kids are American citizens, so they do deserve to know what their former president was doing. So I don't think that's a problem.
Okay.
You know,
I
I don't know if I believe Iran and that they got all these terms met. I don't know if I believe that, because
okay. So we talked about that last week. Who are you more likely to believe? So in this situation, you're leaning U.S.?
I'm gonna believe the president of the United States, who we have to support. Like, that's our leader. We have to support him.
Okay.
So I'm gonna choose to believe the president of the United States in this situation. And because, like, to be honest with you, I think a lot of it, like when he speaks loudly and he's like, if you guys don't open it up, it's gonna be a problem for you. Like, yes, you're correct. It was open when the war started, but then they closed it. And I think he's saying, like, hey, open it back up, or like I said, open it back up, or there's going to be a problem. You can't claim
that you won after you open it back up.
But they opened it back up, though.
But they opened it back up and got a whole bunch of stuff in return.
But we don't know that that's true, though. Like, he didn't.
Even if they got nothing in return, that's not winning anything.
Because he threatened them. He told them. He said, look, open it up or it's going to be a problem. You think they weren't concerned that we weren't going to take them out?
I don't.
Nope.
Well, okay, then how come I read that they had women and children going to like
the power plants?
And power plants to protest, so that we won't, like you said, blow them up.
Listen to me. That president, their leader came out and said, "Hey, we got 14 million people here ready to die. How about you?" And then that's when Trump said, "Oh yeah, we're gonna have a ceasefire."
See, I don't like that y'all do this. Like, I know that we're not like the biggest fans of Donald Trump. I myself included. I know that we're not, but I feel like we do this thing sometimes in this country where people are like so anti Donald Trump that we almost seem to like praise other countries. Like, we're praising Iran over our own president.
We're not praising. We're not praising.
So, whose side are you on in this?
We're deciding who to believe.
Who you believe?
I believe the devil. I don't know at this point.
See, that's what I mean. Like, that's very un-American.
I believe it's a mixture of. I believe a mixture of both. I think Trump talks loud, but ain't saying nothing. And when he talks loud, they come out and say, hey, look, man, they came out and said, hey, we got 14 million people over here ready to die. How about you?
Dex, what does it say at the top of this page?
Breaking news, like what it says, Iran says it's
right in the middle, top of the middle, top of the screen. Taco Tuesday. Because Trump always chickens out. I've had this up here for 3 weeks because every week there's something else that Trump threatens to do, and he ends up taking it back because he knows at the end of the day all he does is threats.
Okay.
Not that I want him to blow up Iran, but at a certain point, you can't keep positioning that you're winning on things when all you're doing is threats and then compromising. Threats and then just compromise. Why do we have to have the threats and all that stuff? Because you're not going to follow through on it.
That's how he leads. That's the way he leads. I'm not saying I agree with him, but that is how he leads.
Nobody is scared of him. Only people that are scared of him are people in his own cabinet. Nobody else in the world is scared of him. They're like, yo, you just blowing out a whole bunch of hot ass air. Ain't nobody worried about Trump. Ain't nobody worried. I'm sad to say it, but nobody's scared of the United States, man. Trump has been bluffed out too many times for somebody else to be scared of him, man. When another country says, "Hey, we got 14 million people over here ready to die. How about you?" Okay.
Let's see. He loves that line. Now let's see.
He done said it like 4 times.
Like it's like we got it. We heard it. Eric heard that line. He said retweet. But let's see what happens in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks' time, right? If Donald Trump comes up with another because he said that the ceasefire is for 2 weeks. We'll see what happens in 2 weeks, and then
nothing's going to happen. You want to know why nothing's going to happen? You want to know why? Because China has interest. No, because China has interest in Iran, and so does Russia. So if Trump does anything to Iran, he's going to have to deal with China, and he's going to have to deal with Russia. He has no idea how to deal with Russia because he's too busy licking the boots of Putin. So there's no way he's going to go to war with Russia.
Or how do you know Russia just knows better than to go to war with us? He has no choice
but to do these threats and then back off. Because he's not in control of the situation. Because not only does Netanyahu have stuff on him, Putin has stuff on him. So he's in between what? A rock and a hard place.
Yeah.
Like a rock and a rush.
A rock and a rush.
Yeah.
A rock and a rush.
Putin hit his jack and was like, yo, you better chill out.
Exactly. He said enough is enough.
What are you talking about?
I'm curious. I'm really curious how this goes. I just do want to support.
We already know how it's going to end, man. It's just a bunch of hot talk. That Trump is out here talking, man. They're not scared of him, bro. They've clearly said they're not scared of him. Like if you want some, come get some. They not scared of him, bro.